Any outlandish predictions for next year's headliners?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. So this year, heavy lifting was done by the Friday, but
Yeah.
good festival
Hmm.
regardless. Next year, I think they'll play it safer with the headliners based on backlash. Um, I've always thought 1975 were going to headline in a year, like one of these years.
Well, watch the one year that I get a ticket, the 1975 headline.
Well, it doesn't matter because there'll be five other bands on the same time that
That's true.
week.
That's true. I
um,
think I think
but
Pulp are a good shout. I think they're due another one.
are they big
Yeah.
enough now? Kind of.
Oh yeah. Pulp. They've played a lot of big
For a,
festivals, and I think they've got the
mm,
nostalgia factor as well.
just doesn't feel right that someone who's headlined Neighborhood Weekender would headline Glastonbury. uh, yeah, something a bit off there. But 1975, I think, may have just missed the boat because I think
Aren't they on
the
hiatus now?
they're having a hiatus, yeah. But and I think the touring will have stopped, but it may have already stopped. Um, so I can't. Maybe if in the future they'll do a little Bombay comeback, and I think they're big enough now in terms of an indie band
Hmm.
headlining a festival.
I'd like to
Uh,
see. I don't know if they're headline material, but Wolf Alice, I'd like to see up there. I think I get the sense that they'll be back at some
yeah,
point.
they'll play. I don't think they're anywhere near headline yet. They're not headline Reading and Leeds yet, which I think is scandalous.
That's true. See, but then I could see them headlining Woodsies or Park or other,
Oh yeah, yeah.
doing
Sorry,
a
sorry.
big show.
When I say yeah, I'm talking pyramid
Yeah,
stage
not a
headliners.
main headliner. But then even then, I'm not sure that with like one cracking album, they can kind of get themselves to that point.
Yeah, possibly. You've seen what's happened to Fontaines, so it's a
Yeah.
possibility. Um, Taylor Swift.
Um, I don't know if I feel like Taylor Swift, if she was going to headline Glastonbury, she would have done it already. And it seems like quite an
She was
obvious.
booked, wasn't she? She was booked for the COVID.
Oh, for the pandemic year, you're right.
Yeah.
That is true. But then I don't know if that is another case of missing the boat with it. And by this time next year, will she be done?
Yeah, is she too big to care about headlining Glastonbury?
Well, that is true. And then I feel like you'd get a lot of pushback from people who are there, but then, obviously go and watch something else. But I just
Mm.
don't know if the vibe of it will be quite right.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I have a bit of an out there shout. Well, don't know how out there it is.
Mm.
Sam Fender.
See, I don't think that's a million miles away. Um,
Mm.
and I'm sort of indifferent Fender wise, but he is a fantastic performer. He's got big, loud, sing along festival tunes. Friday night seems like
Yeah,
it could be a pretty
the
good fit.
yeah the Evises were buzzing off his pyramid stage set as well on the
Yeah.
last year, I think it was. Like he had a massive crowd and just smashed it.
Hmm.
So I just don't see where he goes if it isn't that. And
Yeah.
he's taking his time with his third album, which I like. He said
Is
he
he
doesn't
is he
want to
written
rush
it? Is
into it.
he creating
He's
it? Do you know where he is with it?
fine tuning. Believe he'd
Right.
gone to New York to do it, but I don't know whether that
Oh wow.
went through. But yeah, he was interviewed
No
and
Nuki Brown over there.
no, he's got it all shipped over now. So no, but he said he doesn't want to rush into it because doesn't want to. I don't know. He wants it to be perfect kind of
What is
thing.
it?
And I
Album
like that.
three,
Yeah,
the
because he
true,
could
the
easily just
difficult
keep.
third album.
Yeah, he could easily just go on the coattails of 17 going under, couldn't he? And just keep.
Well, this is it, and this is what. Whilst I like Sam Fender, I don't think he's that interesting in sort of sonically. It's the tunes are really good and they're catchy and they are perfect for a festival environment. But
Mm,
there's nothing about him that, like sonically, that you're like, oh, right,
mm,
okay. I see what you're doing here. It's a bit interesting. It's a bit left field.
yeah,
So maybe I don't know. Maybe this is the weird album. He'll go to the desert and do loads of drugs and make something mental.
maybe. Otherwise, there's people like Springsteen. I think is due a final headline of
Oh
a
yeah, that's
Glastonbury.
true. Yeah.
Um, Kings of Leon are there or thereabouts in terms of
Oh, I
album
don't
release.
know. I think they have been on the sort of steady down. Their Kings of Leon are on the way
No,
down, not on the
they're
way up.
still massive. No, they're still huge in terms of they would definitely be pyramid headliners. I would say it's just whether they get booked. Killers,
They did it quite recently, though, didn't they?
2019 when I went, which is so shockingly
Oh,
will be
maybe
6 years
that's
ago when the next
wow.
next festival.
Maybe that's, but even then, they're another band who I don't think have been interesting for a long time. But then,
Oh no, their live show is incredible.
I've not seen them live, to be
Oh
fair.
yeah,
Um, I
pretty
don't know.
iconic.
There's a lot, but there's no one name that is kind of caught coming to me. I don't know. Just get Arctic Monkeys back on, and we'll all have a great time.
Here's one. Not necessarily who you think would headline next year, but who you think is a future headliner from like the new crop of artists.
Um, Definitely Fontaine's DC. As we alluded to before, they are really just sensational.
Yeah,
I could see Yard Act headlining a stage,
and on a stage.
you
Yeah,
know, maybe Park or other. Michael Kiwanuka, again, I think he is worth a shout for it because he is just again been on that sort of steady incremental rise and is building up a really strong back catalogue.
yeah.
Um, Let me see. I don't know. Have you got any suggestions for it?
I think a
Sims
couple
as
of
well.
pop acts like I think Olivia Rodrigo they'd give a shot to after
Oh,
another
that's
big
true.
album.
And she's played some massive shows recently.
Yeah. Rihanna's never headlined. I'm just
Is she
thinking
not?
on the same. I don't think so. On the same kind of wave. Dave, I think
Yes,
would be a good.
Dave is a
head-
very strong shout actually.
Mm.
I did
Just
enjoy that Stormzy headline. I'm just looking through my playlists now to see who I can think of. I do think, and I'm sure I've mentioned this on another podcast, that I do think Young Fathers have got it in them. Maybe not the next album or next year, but I think at some point they've got a headline in them.
yeah, I think they'll headline some definitely a stage of Glastonbury. But
And then I wondered, you know, someone if you can get someone like Bjork, who is
mm.
a big name. I don't know if it's maybe a little niche or possibly even could you coax Kate Bush out of retirement for one last job.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not too far out the realms
Even
of
Lorde, you
possibility.
know, I think she maybe not
Lord's a
Pyramid,
good
but
shout. Very.
she's supposedly due some new music this year, so you never know.
Yeah, Lewis Capaldi. They seem to like him on
Yeah, I can't
television.
figure out why, but he, I don't know, I just find it quite boring. I think Blur,
Could imagine. I could see
but
it though.
potentially you've
Blur, yeah.
missed the boat on that one with them kind of peaking last year. Um, yeah, I
Mm.
don't know. There's a lot, and
Yeah, a lot of it
whoever
is
it
to do with
is,
timing, isn't it? Like the Strokes are never headline Glastonbury, but their time's gone, I think. So,
I think the Strokes boat has sailed. You know, I wouldn't be
mm.
surprised to see them do a secret slot, perhaps, if that's something that could come up because they have got
Yeah,
that sort of
that's a good
name and
shout.
that backing of a really big fan base.